I don't want to talk about how I'm well known for my big loads. I'm not going to give you the secrets to my...
I know the secret. Bruce Smirnoff, a comic I know. So what was, hold on.
Great vodka.
What was his side, what?
Great vodka, that Bruce.
What was his side project that he wanted to talk about?
He had some...
She's right.
Like
bullshit
like
stuff.
he was going to produce adult films.
Improv troops
Saving
shit.
cats in Victorville.
No. It was all adult stuff, but he was behind the camera now, and that's what he wanted.
Oh,
and I was like, wait a second. You used to pour 4 gallons of Nad sap on a girl's head, and now you don't want to explain how you...
He wants to talk about how he's a DP.
Nad sap.
He is a DP.
Nice.
He's part of a DP.
You're right. You're very correct.
I wouldn't do that, and I'm pretty open-minded.
What, DP?
Yeah, I don't know if I could take... And I'm like, I'll do the threesome with 2 guys, but I don't think I could do 2 dicks, 1 hole. I couldn't pull that off.
It's 2 dicks, 2 holes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the DP of like 1 orifice.
Yeah, well,
That's a...
I don't even...
that's
I don't even...
Matt Cohen, in all sincerity, just looked up and said, that's a double stuff.
just like you're,
Like, you get the wrong
Question
cookie
answered.
entirely.
question answered.
That's not
a
a sugar
nickel
cookie.
package.
That's a snickerdoodle.
My problem with pornography has always been very simple. I don't want to watch ugly people do ugly things that I wish I was doing. So I just think it's...
But you're a rare gal
I also think
that
it's
will
very,
do things.
It's very unimaginative.
I have to say-
I think that people that need pornography, that need it, I always go, use your imagination.
By and large, though, in defense of people who watch porn, me being one of them now, for masturbation, by and large, in 2011, a lot of the chicks in porn are actually attractive. It's not like when I used to steal my dad's porn in 1988 and you suffered through
Bad
hideous
perm.
with giant
Yeah,
bush
yeah.
just so you could see people having sex. Nowadays, like, a lot of the chicks in porn are like legitimately attractive. The guys not so much, but...
It's just, like I said, I just feel that one could use their imagination. And,
right, but you're also one of the few women who will have the flu, and I'll say, do you feel well enough to...
And then I'm nude.
give
Before
me
you
oral,
get to finish the
to
sentence.
blow me? And you'll be like, yeah, and literally, like, you take your clothes off and go, do I have to just only blow you? Can you... And, you're, like, the odd. You know what?
Hold on one second.
I just figured out how to skyrocket up the iTunes charts, have you on more often, and just talk about stuff you do in bed.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's all new. Not many people know that, hun. Happy anniversary.
You would say it yourself.
I
like,
would.
You're not one of these like,
No.
I'm not in the mood, I'm this. And
You're far more.
I'm the broad, I need to cuddle.
I'm like, we have to like kiss.
That's going to make for a good relationship.
I'm like, I need to warm up a little. I can't just walk in the room with a raging boner.
Why not?
Because I'm old and I used to do a lot of drugs and I have diarrhea all the time.
And also,
happy?
Jay,
Everyone listening?
let me ask you a serious question.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't something change when a woman transfers from being just an attractive woman in your eyes to your wife and mother of your children? You don't get that same like naughty desire because you look at her and
I get it more now.
Do you really?
I really do.
Because I was speculating. I don't have a wife or a mother of children, so
When she holds the baby, I look across
No, it's one of the few things that I am good at is the Madonna horror complex thing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can cook, and then I can put the baby down and say,
you
let's
can.
go.
You can cook.
It's a whole thing. I get the biggest cook you ever saw.
Yeah, that's
I fucking cried. Pele put that bullshit in it. But that's the thing with Nick Holt, like, seeing her as a mom, for some reason, turns me on more, and I think it's more like the embarrassment of riches
Oh, okay.
thing, but
Yeah.
also it's the availability. See, Mike, you'll understand this, and I tell this to her all the time. She's always down to go, and I tell her, she'll be like, we haven't had sex in like 4 days, like, don't you find me attractive? I'm like, well, you had the flu,
Yeah.
and like, you were vomiting, and she goes, yeah, but you could still ask me, and I'm like, no,
I was
you
trying
don't
to be
understand.
considerate.
Yeah, like most people, like when someone's ill, you go, your instinct is to be paternal and say, I'm going to leave them alone and make sure they get the rest. You don't go, hey, when you're done yakking, I got something for you in the rec room. Come on down. I'm on the picnic table.
And I appreciate
Ping pong
it
table. I screwed it up.
greatly. I appreciate it.
Picnic worked.
Well, that would be fine. Just splinters, but whatever. Yes, I'll be ill or what have you, but I think, I want Tylenol to break the fever, and it makes you feel better.
Do you think that...
Makes everyone feel better.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Yeah.
It's making Mike feel better.
Embarrassment of riches.
Tonight it's going to make
Embarrassment
Mike
of
feel better
riches
now.
changes your perception of everything.
Do you think Paula Poundstone had sex with those kids?
No.
You don't?
I don't.
No.
Was that you? Are you laughing at my K-turn on the 405? There's no segues here.
No, I don't.
It's a very special.
I don't know
program.
much of the details, but I think Paula Poundstone's just one of these women who she's been open about having a lot of demons.
How do you get arrested for it if it didn't happen?
And she's been open about being pretty much asexual most of her life. I mean, she's,
and wears business suits.
But she's not not because she's looking for a gal either. She's just not really looking for anyone.
Then, here's my question: how do you get arrested for it if it didn't happen?
Well,
like no one's.
We were talking about Pete Townsend. Pete Townsend is a very good example of a guy who really wasn't doing anything wrong and got busted for. And he'll live with that.
He took his computer. They never arrested him.
That's
right.
Okay. All right.
Matt Cohen knows this because he's a kid toucher from way back.
And I believe the Poundstone story, it was because the girl, her daughter was hormonal and early teenage years.
It was like a foster child?
A foster child that she was in the process of adopting, that she, raised and loved very much. And the little girl, it was, typical teenage preteen girl, like, I hate you, fuck you. But she pulled the ultimate, guess what I'm going to do.
And also, you got to think that that child having Paula Poundstone as her parental kind of guidance has been exposed to some pretty wacky experiences.
Apparently, they're all on a beach in the same sleeping bag, which to me is completely fine.
I agree.
Yes.
Especially if it's truly your child.
Yes.
In fact, I would encourage that.
If you had Jackie,
as long as you're not naked,
beach, if you were with my sons on the beach sharing a sleeping bag, I wouldn't think twice.
It would be weird if you didn't.
Yeah. As long as there was clothes on.
Yes.
But that's why I got mad when Michael Jackson, people go, I'm sorry, man. If it ain't your kid, you don't share a bed with him. I'm like, what the fuck planet are you on? Yeah. Like, literally, if Mike Catherwood sleeps over and the whole family's here, and I go, all right, Jackie and Mike, all right, Mike and Jackie will sleep in that bed. I wouldn't think, and Mike, I've known you peripherally for a decade. I've known you well for a year.
Yeah.
So you go, you don't put your bed unless it's an uncle or someone you know. Like, no.
Oh, yeah, because uncles are never creepy.
Like Tom Segura. Okay, Meredith and Jackson get in bed with Tom Segura. Mike, you cannot get in bed with Nick. I'll do that. But like, that's the thing with.
But if we were dressed and nothing happened.
Fuck, he couldn't control him.
I don't know about that. I agree with Jay on that one.
Mike knows how to masturbate without making any motion.
I meditate. I meditate and masturbate to the point I blow loads with my mind.
I blow your mind with my loads.
I'm Darth Vader of loads. I just use my brain to blow.
You're the best. What?
I swear.
Yeah. The Masturbation Club right here.
Yes. Yeah. I've gotten 2 applause breaks for her sexual prowess.
Oh, I sound so revolting and repugnant.
No,
so you feel a little bad for Michael Jackson. So would you say
no.
In that
he was Sandusky before Sandusky.
Here's the thing.
He farmed his own children for fucking.
Sandusky needs to be like that guy's way over
Penn
the top.
Penn State needs to be put to death.
Yeah. The alumni, the whole deal.
Possibly next year go, and here are your 2012
Nittany Lions.
If gambling shuts down a program forever,
how does
bouncing a kid off your dick in a shower
kids you're saving, you're giving a second chance.
No one's happy about the Penn State situation except for Pete Carroll, everyone at University of Miami, and people at Ohio State are just like, oh, yeah.
The entire Big 12 is like, ooh, guess who just got a couple new linebackers?
Well, because people are like, utterly have forgotten about the idea of like, oh, you paid a couple kids a little extra to come to your school. That's okay. You're not fucking anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. And here's the amazing thing about Sandusky. When they arraigned him for trial, someone put a fucking Penn State jacket on him to hide his handcuffs.
Oh my, I couldn't believe it. And I said to you, what about just a nice plain black members only?
And also, because everyone has one.
That is a kid toucher jacket.
The leather members only, if you rock that, you might as well have an infant on your cock.
Yes.
Because
and with the elasticized bottom, so it's like tight at the waist,
hopefully
and you zip it up, and then yes, precisely. You might as well have an infant just stuffed down your pants, giving you a good time as you walk.
To Comedy Pyramid with you guys, hopefully that infant is also wearing a members only jacket.
No, he'd be wearing a Penn State jacket.
The baby's wearing a baby Penn State onesie.
Nittany Lion mask.
With a trap door, obviously.
Oh no!
Oh, I cry. He said about. How is that?
There's something about trapdoor that makes it awful.
So he can go potty.
Because you're bringing magic
So he
into
can shit
it.
in the woods. He just unbuttons it. He's a very.
Jay was so indignant. Like, what? How am I the one who's bad here?
Because you use the trapdoor. It's
The
like
trapdoor is sick.
It
there's
is
something
amazing.
disgusting about
and that's
that.
another thing about comedy that we talk about audiences. It's always fascinating to me the line that makes the audience go, oh, like you'll talk about Sandusky and we said kid fucking and I go, no way, Michael Jackson was a kid fucker. Trapdoor. Oh, that's disgusting.
Really? That's where you draw the line?
I don't want you to sully the world of magic.
The trapdoor being
Yes, and by involving kid touching with trapdoor talk.
Who's worse, Michael Jackson or Sandusky? Michael Jackson auditioned kids to have sex with.
Yeah.
Sandusky created a foundation and parents brought their kids.
Michael Jackson, because he had children that were very ill, so they couldn't talk.
He had dying kids, so they couldn't talk.
Oh.
That's worse.
Cat Williams is the only comic that touched that.
Certainly the only black
Loudly.
comic. Like
You nasty motherfucker. I got babies, you booty sniffing motherfucker. Kids that are dying. Kids that are retarded. Motherfuckers with cancer. Don't you like to climb trees? No, nigga. I'm a grown ass man. I ain't climbing no motherfucking trees.
do you know him?
Cat?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did Lonely Street together. He was
You
great.
meant Michael, I was going to say.
I met Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I know Mike real good. He's upstairs in a freezer.
No, I seriously met Michael Jackson.
No.
I did. I swear to
No,
God.
I'm saying no, I don't know Michael Jackson.
No, I meant, did you know
Were you a
Cat?
child?
When I was asking you.
I know Michael
But-
Jackson, the wide receiver from the Cleveland Browns.
And the radio host who talks about food.
Yes. Cat Williams, I know. He was super cool to me, and he was fine and great.
Yeah.
But Sandusky, they got to shut Penn State down, right?
I can't see.
If I had my druthers,
I can't see how they, with any morals, kind of maintain a program.
What booster gives $1 million to the football program at this point and writes it off and tells his bank and his accountant, oh, that's the money I gave Penn State football.
Well, we know who it would have been, but he died.
Michael Jackson.
Here's some money.
That's the gift of the Magi.
Here's some money
Michael
for
Jackson,
football.
not into sports at all, finally gets a team he can get behind and then get behind again, and they give it the goddamn death sentence. Sandusky ruined Penn State football.
It's the gift of the Magi
for Michael Jackson.
I'm picturing a watch fob and a comb, and I'm
Conrad
like, wait a second,
Murray.
I can't make the leap here. Help me.
Conrad Murray cost Penn State football millions of dollars.
Michael would have been, I love
Conrad
Nittany Lions.
Murray.
What color is Nittany anyway?
Yikes.
So, I want
Who's your person of the year?
My person of the year, I would have to say the
Steven Adler.
Egyptian citizens.
For rising up?
Yeah, that's
The
really
protester. So you were
it's
with Time Magazine.
Yeah, but I mean, they are the people of the year. Because if you think of 2011, that was the momentum. Whether it be Occupy Egyptian,
But Occupy Egypt. They would have been
You think that was
fucking
the moment of the
stoned
year,
in their heads.
not Bin
yeah,
Laden?
it's
Huh?
You wouldn't think it was the snipers that got Bin Laden?
Yeah, you know what?
I mean, what about those fellas?
It's pretty
When they were
sweet.
announcing
Yeah.
the Person of the Year,
That's pretty sweet.
Nick said it's got to be the SEAL 6
SEAL
team.
Team 6.
SEAL Team 6.
SEAL Team 6
But
ripped.
you can't be Person of the Year if you don't exist.
And also, you can't be person
And
of
they
the
can't
year
come
if
forward,
you
yeah.
are a society. That would be people.
And you can't be Person of the Year if it's Person of the Year is the protesters. Like Person of the
Yeah.
Year, Jurassic 5.
Right. All right.
Really?
Who is your individual of the year?
All right, let me. God,
You, Mike.
it was me.
Tell us
My person of the year would have to be.
It's an hour and 15-minute podcast.
God, it's a tough one. I wasn't expecting that
Let's
question.
talk about Loveline real quick. It's
I'm
on.
gonna go with SEAL Team 6. You can't. I'm gonna say because and I was thinking about this. I'm a Z level celebrity, and it's unbelievable how people, girls will offer me womanly, attention.
Arts.
How people will give you free stuff. There's gifting suites, and people give me clothes so that I'll talk about it on the radio, and they essentially blow me in life. I can't imagine what life is like for Kate Hudson or someone who is really famous, and people probably just bend over backwards to please them. Yet we have people who fucking rappel into buildings to defend our freedom and dodge bullets, and kids coming home from Afghanistan and Iraq with no arms and no limbs from roadside bombs. And we seem to ignore them when it comes to sucking their cocks. And then the next thing you know, you're spending $14 million. Like, Jeremy Renner, a fine man. I've met Jeremy Renner, a great guy, great talented guy. Everybody bends over backwards to kiss Jeremy Renner's ass because he played a guy who was on a bomb squad in Iraq. There's real dudes who do that. Well, why don't we give that